All right, let's talk about something that can drive any car owner absolutely crazy. Your check engine light pops on, you plug in a scanner, and it spits out this weird cryptic code, U0401. It sounds super technical, right? But honestly, it's just a communication problem. In this explainer, we're going to decode that message and give you a clear plan to get everything sorted out. So there it is. That check engine light is glaring at you, and you've confirmed the code is U0401. Now, before your mind jumps to the worst-case scenario and a giant repair bill, take a breath. This code usually isn't about a major mechanical failure. It's about your car's computers not talking to each other correctly. Okay, so the official definition is invalid data received from the engine control module or powertrain control module. What does that even mean in plain English? Well, think of your car's main computer as the boss. It's getting updates from the engine that are complete gibberish. It's like trying to have a phone call with someone, but all you're getting is static. The computer knows something's wrong, so it throws up this code. To solve this little mystery, you first have to know who's involved in the conversation. It all comes down to two key players, the ECM and the PCM.
First up is the Engine Control Module, or ECM. Its job is pretty straightforward. It manages the engine. Now, some cars have a Powertrain Control Module, the PCM. You can think of this as the ECM's bigger, more powerful sibling. It often manages both the engine and the transmission. Either way, this is the computer, the brain, that's at the center of our problem.
So how do all these different computers in your car talk to each other? They use a special network called the Controller Area Network, or CAN bus for short. It's basically the central nervous system of your car. It lets the engine, the brakes, the airbags, you name it, all share information in real time. That U0401 code means there's a serious glitch on this network. You know, probably the best way to picture the CAN bus is to think about the Wi-Fi in your house. Your phone, your laptop, your TV, they're all connected through that one router. But what happens if the router starts sending out corrupted, garbled data? Well, nothing works right. And that is exactly what's happening inside your car. Now, a problem like this doesn't just stay hidden in the car's computer. Oh no, you are definitely going to notice it when you're driving. So what are the real-world clues that your car might be giving you? Well, besides that check engine light, you might find that your car just won't start, or it really struggles to. Or maybe it starts, but it feels like it has no power at all. That's called limp mode, and it's your car's way of protecting itself because it's getting confusing signals. You might also see other warning lights, like for your ABS or traction control, because those safety systems need good data from the engine, and right now, they just don't trust what they're hearing. Okay, so we know the symptoms. The next big question is, what's actually causing this mess? Let's go through the most likely culprits, and we'll start with the simplest, most common stuff first. Now, I know this list might look a little long, but it all follows a pretty logical path. The cause could be something as simple as a dying battery or a loose wire. Or maybe it's a sensor that's gone bad and is now screaming nonsense into the network. And yes, while it's possible the main computer itself has failed, that's usually the very last thing you check, not the first. And this is so important, I'm going to say it again. A U0401 code is a communication error. It does not automatically mean you need a new, super expensive computer. Way more often, the computer itself is perfectly fine. It's just reacting to a problem somewhere else in the car, either bad information coming in or a bad connection stopping the good information from getting through. All right, we know the players, we know the symptoms, and we've rounded up the suspects. Now for the most important part, your step-by-step action plan to actually figure out what's going on with this U0401 code. Here's your roadmap. First, do the easiest thing possible. Clear the code and drive for a bit. Does it come back? Sometimes these are just random one-time glitches. If it does return, move to step 2. Check the very foundation of your car's electrical system, the battery and alternator. After that, scan for other codes, do a really thorough visual inspection, and finally, check for any official manufacturer bulletins. For that power supply check, you'll need a voltmeter. See, your car's computers are really picky about their power. With the car turned off, your battery should read above 12 volts. Then start the engine. The alternator should be putting out between 13.5 and 14.5 volts. If your numbers are off, well, you've probably just found your problem right there. While you're doing that visual inspection, here is a fantastic time-saving pro tip. Instead of just pulling out every single fuse one by one, check your owner's manual and find the specific fuses for the main computer. They're usually labeled ECM, PCM, or ECU. It's amazing how often a single tiny blown fuse is the root cause of this whole communications failure. Okay, for those of you who are a bit more advanced and comfortable with a multimeter, here's a neat trick. A healthy CAN bus network has a very specific electrical resistance, 60 ohms. You can actually test the whole network by measuring between two pins on your diagnostic port. If that number is way off, bingo, you've just confirmed there's a wiring issue somewhere. And this is a step you should absolutely never ever skip. Before you start replacing any parts, do a quick online search for technical service bulletins, or TSBs, for your exact car. Car manufacturers release these when they discover a known problem. It might be a software bug that needs an update or a wire that's known to fail. A TSB is like a cheat code that can save you a ton of time and money. And that brings us to the final question. After you've gone through the basics, you've checked the battery, the fuses, you've looked for any obvious wiring damage, you're at a crossroads. Do you have the tools and the confidence to dive deeper, maybe with wiring diagrams, or is it time to hand the keys over to a professional mechanic? There's no right or wrong answer. The whole point here was to give you the knowledge to make that decision with confidence. So what's your next move?